Don't sell drugs, kids.
Where's the front of this kid?
And a kid running after it. Hey guys, welcome to a very action-packed weekend. Right now we're in the 997 GT3 RS, the .2. We're headed to Porsche of Oakville for the PTN meet. In front of us is Jason in the GT2 RS. This is supposed to be a crazy turnout. We got a ton more meets this weekend. We're gonna see some crazy cars, drive some crazy cars, but yeah, let's go. So probably not a good idea to drive to Oakville from Toronto in rush hour, but we have the GT2 RS, 3 RS, so at least we'll have a good view while we're going there. I fucking love this because we're pulling up in the GT3 RS, the GT2 RS, and 8 years ago, me and Jason would have been the kids with the cameras standing outside of the meet trying to spot all the cars coming. So still excited about getting, you know, into shows to all these places with these cool cars. Because yeah, I don't think back then I would have thought this would happen. Some cars here, 458, E36, an R8, and a pink Huracan. So yeah, pink Huracan with blue calipers. I'm not against it. So we just got to the PTN meet. I'm gonna try to film as much as I can, but they're playing music, so I don't want to get copyrighted. So I gotta keep talking while we're filming. But we have a lot of GT4s, GT2 RS, the GT3 RS, another GT3 RS, a bunch of other cars that we're gonna walk through after. But here on the other side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 992 GT3 RSs. Like that's now probably double what I've seen so far. The red one, gray one. I love this white one with the red wheels. My favorite spec was the white with the green that came out at the launch at Quail. My next side is this really cool yellow one, kind of matches Jason's spec. But man, yeah, these two are definitely my favorites. I love just the white with the cool contrast color. My favorite would be the green though. So me and Jason came in the 3RS and the 2RS, but Gentian blue GT4 with gold wheels, just like Jason's spec. And then there's a white GT4 with gold wheels like my spec. So we're here, but we're also here. And not only is it gold and white, I have black writing on my wing, but he's also got writing on his wing, but it's gold. This is like the same car. And yeah, the yellow 981. We keep seeing the Spider at every meet, but I absolutely love this spec, the white with the white bottom right here. It looks so good, and I'm honestly considering doing it on my car. Maybe not yet, but I love this thing. And also it's a matte PPF, so it's got the matte finish to it. I love this thing. And the really cool thing about the Spiders is the interior didn't just come black. You can get a red and black on the interior. Architecture steering wheel on this one, I love it. So blue 991.2 Speedster, GT3 Touring in green, 992, 991.2 in yellow, and then here it is. This is Motion Endeavors. I think they've actually had it for over a year now. 918 YSAC, I think it has like 6,000 kilometers. Very cool in the white. Then I think it's a I don't know about the race cars, but GT4 and Gentian blue, 992 GT3, and another red Speedster right there. GT4 RS. Honestly, I wish the wheels were blue or something, like a contrast, but it's not bad. Blue, I think it's a Gentian blue GT4 RS. I don't think I've seen one in this color before. Pretty cool. 930, 993. This thing's really cool with New York plates. So I wonder how far he drove, but look at this interior. Look at the seats. Very cool. I love these kind of like modern-ish retro-looking Porsches. People do some really cool jobs with these. Then a 914, 930. What else is here? Let's see. Another 930 Targa. The Targas look so good with the silver, with the kind of aluminum roof right here. Also, sorry, I gotta keep talking so the music doesn't really get picked up by YouTube. 997.1 GT3 RS. This I think Alex drove. Our buddy Alex we go to Car Week with. 991.2 in red, 991.2 in green. And you don't see these a lot. 991.1 GT3 RS. This one's got a matte PPF on a white car. Looks really, really good. So it's pouring rain downtown and it's about to start here. I feel some drops in these two guys. I guess they're gonna have some trouble, especially this guy. But yeah, anybody, you know, sunroof's open right here. some people are gonna have some trouble. Definitely 718 Spider over there. Let's see who gets completely screwed by the rain. So before it gets bad, let's walk through some cars. We got another silver GT2 RS pulled up right here. And next to us is another 991.2 GT3 RS. You know, you see them too much in lizard green as you see here. I do like seeing them in other colors a lot more, but still looks pretty good. It's starting to get pretty bad, but 997 GT3. We got another GT2 RS in silver here. It's the third one. Purple GT3, another GT3 RS actually. And yeah, a ton of cars. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna go hide right now from the rain, but if it gets really bad, I'm gonna run out and see which cars still have the roof open. And it starts. A lot of open windows, a lot of open sunroofs, and a lot of open roofs in general. So let's see what happens. So we're gonna sacrifice getting wet right now to go see who's getting absolutely screwed right now. We got this Carrera S right here. How bad is he? Not so bad. Let's see who else got anything down. Now, before you guys say, I should probably warn the owners. There's a ton of cars here. I don't know everybody, so there's no way for me to know who owns what car. So might as well go enjoy this. Well, the two guys that I didn't think are gonna get the roofs on in time have, but he has left windows down. So let's see how we're looking. Not so bad. But at least now we get a good look at the 992 GT3. There's nobody around there. It looks super cool in the rain. I mean, can't hate on that, but yeah. More room to walk around, everybody's just kind of hiding inside. So I just noticed this 991.2 has white wheels as well. But again, he doesn't have my issues because he's got these carbon ceramics on the car. Solves any breakdowns we might have. I kind of got to clean my wheels every 2 days. But man, solid lineup today. I think 1,600 cars registered. I'm sure some of them didn't show up because of the rain, but Porsche of Oakville, any PTN meet is always a great turnout. SVJ rolling into the Porsche meet. Let's see who it is. Okay, the wheels are questionable, but the color's pretty nice.
I'd rather kiss my sister.
You rather what?
Exhaust is sick.
What would you rather do? Okay, what would you rather do? What would you rather do?
Kiss my sister.
Okay. That's pretty nice. NSX just rolled in. And 991, and behind it is Alex in the GT3 RS. Do a burnout! Oh yeah, very friendly driver, very friendly driver. What does the friendly driver have to say?
Hey, don't sell drugs, kids. Where's the front of this kid? Hey, I can't go nowhere.
Well, you better go.
I'll go now. I promise I won't stall, okay, Roy?
Well, let's see.
Clutch is on the left, okay? If I don't stall, can I please drop it on too? I did it, Dad!
And time to leave the meet and go get dinner. We will catch up with you guys tomorrow. And just like that, it's Saturday morning, and guess what? We are going to another Porsche event. So yesterday's meet was for the 75th anniversary of Porsche in Oakville. They were pretty much going to the same meet, but in Markham, probably going to be some different cars, but we're still taking the GT3 RS. Let's see what shows up. So here we are. We just got to Porsche Markham. Jason got here 2 minutes before us. We lost a spot next to him. Should be some good cars inside, a few cars outside. Let's go see what's here. So same thing as yesterday. It's really loud here, so I got to keep talking. But here we have our friends 4.0. I love these cars. The 4-liter version of the car we drove today. white wheels, white on white. Then we have a Sport Classic right here. I think we've seen this before in the videos. And then the Carrera GT, we did a whole video with this car and an F50, a Porsche to the credit, driving around. This thing's freaking sick. So this is not as good as we were expecting. There's just a 4.0, the CGT, and the Sport Classic inside. Other than that, there's not really much. But every Porsche meet's got free food, so at least we're here for that. And then we're gonna go somewhere else. Back on a highway, heading to the next event. We have Jason here and a random F430 over there. So before we go to Driven Car Show, we stopped at a birthday party, and there's the coolest cake I've ever seen in my life. This thing is freaking awesome. R34 GTR on top of the GTR cake. Love this thing. So before we head out, this is a model car shop. Yes, there's an F40 LM here, but this is the most special car model I've ever seen, because not only is this a white F40, as you can see, it's a right-hand drive and it's comfort seats. What that means is this is an F40 from the Sultan of Brunei's collection. That's a model of it. That's super cool. The attention to detail is crazy on this thing. So not our type of meet, but we are at Driven. This thing was in York for last weekend. I honestly didn't have time to film though. But yeah, let's go see what's here. So something that's a little more upper alley, somewhat to RWB. You know, regular 911s are definitely upper alley, but I don't know too much about RWBs, but they're not bad. Also, Shelby F-150 over there. So E92, M3, and FRS. Yeah, like, I mean, most cars here aren't really our types of cars, but I'm sure there's going to be a few cars here and there. Okay, here's more of our type of cars. We have a, I gotta see, it's like a GT3 bumper, but I don't know if it's a GT3. It looks like a turbo, and a GT4 718. That Turbo S GT3 front, interesting. 0.1 front. Jason, what cars are the mirror from? The Cup car, right? Yeah, so the Cup car wheels, very, very interesting. But I think the 0.1, you got the 0.1 steering wheel, so it's probably an early production turbo. Interesting diffuser right here. Okay, so R34 and then questionable doors and rim selection on this FD RX-7, but it is what it is. Very Beverly Hills, this brand new shape Range Rover with these wheels. Looks like some of the Kardashians or something would drive. Also, GT4 right there with an interesting wrap. But yeah. So Mustang GT with an exposed engine cover. Swivel charger, custom seats. Unfortunately, it's automatic, but nothing we can do. 408 package, no digital cluster. It's got an aftermarket screen right here. So yeah, I didn't end up filming too much of Driven yesterday. Honestly, I don't know too much about all the cars. I don't know anything about the modifications. You know, it's not really my scene, but right now we are going to an absolute banger of a show. There's going to be hypercars, like crazy stuff lined up from what I heard. So yeah, right now we're in the GT3 RS. We're going to go swap to my other favorite car. You're going to see what it is very shortly, but yeah, I'll see you guys in a bit. And as much as I say that this is one of my favorite cars, I do mean it. The only thing is it's super hard to drive, super heavy clutch, heavy shifter, heavy everything. So right now we're going to switch into something that's a lot easier to drive. So, you know, I'm kind of excited. It's actually automatic. I'm honestly at this point kind of excited for that. And here we are in the automatic car that I absolutely love. Now, at first glance, you might think we're in an E46 M3, which somewhat is true, but looking at all the carbon fiber here, you can tell we're in a CSL. Now, I haven't driven this car in probably about a year, and when I drove it last time, I fell in love with this thing. It was so much fun. You can just throw it around corners. It drives so freaking well. Honestly, it drives nothing like a regular E46 M3. I'm not saying that the regular E46 M3 is not great, but this is like one of the greatest cars ever made, and I think, or not I think, I'm telling you, this is the best BMW ever made. And speaking of best BMWs ever made, in front of us we have an E36 Lightweight, and behind us we have an E30 M3. So we just got to the meet. First of all, I'll start with these Porsches, and again, this parking lot is going to get completely full, so stay tuned for that. Some hypercars coming, as you can see. People are rolling in. So far, nothing crazy. E92 is here, which means they're going to have to move the M4 because they got to line them up properly, but GT3 RS in this green, I don't know which green it is. I think maybe forest green or something. I'm not too familiar with these, but yeah, you never see green ones here. Like, you never see green ones in general, especially not in Toronto. I've said this before, this is probably my favorite GT4 RS spec I've seen to date. Red wheels, white, very simple, not over. Ooh, Carrera GT. Carrera GT. Carrera GT.
Incredible.
So So 2 out of 3 of the early 2000s Holy Trinity. We've got the SLR and the Carrera GT. Unfortunately, we're not gonna have an Enzo here today, but you know, can't complain with 2 out of 3. Now, this SLR right here in silver, but this is not like the regular silver. This almost looks like the Porsche liquid silver, which is like got a bit of a brown tint to it. Next to that, this STO right here. Super cool lineup. Pagani Huayra just showed up on a truck. This is the purple Huayra Roadster. There was a twin to this car that got crashed in the US. This is not that car, even though the spec is almost identical. Let's see this thing getting unloaded. Yeah, this car gets seen from time to time in Toronto, but pretty much every time it gets seen, it just gets trailered somewhere, gets parked, and then leaves again. So I don't know if it's on some type of insurance policy or whatever, but really cool spec. Off, hopefully puts the lift down. CGT, Huayra, SLR, STO. We got more cars coming to fill up this whole area, but not a bad start. Matte black SF90 Pista right here, but really cool Senna's coming up right now. Cool blue and orange STO, matte white 720S. Another STO, but I want to go see that Senna. White Senna with all the white paint around the headlights. Such a cool spec. I've actually never seen this one before. I've been so excited to see it. Oh, this thing looks awesome. And a 296 on the road. I haven't seen one of these in Toronto yet. Such a good spec on the Senna. Senna signature on the wing. Proper car. Yeah, 296. Honestly, out in the wild around these cars, yeah, it looks kind of soft, man. 800 horsepower, 6-cylinder. I like that thing. Now we got a row of Rolls Royces. Cullinan, Wraith, and another Cullinan right there. GT3 RS. NSX. So the M2 CS we just did a video with is this one right here. Originally we wanted to have this one in the video too, but he didn't bring it. But yeah, the 2 M2 CSs. Gold wheels for the window. So Adam is showing up in his armored truck, so now we are riding on it and gonna go find a place to park. So yeah, kind of the biggest car at the show compared to a G-Wagon or Cullinan, a little bit bigger. So the meet's slowly starting to die down. Most of the cars are still here, the important cars, but people are starting to drive out. But yeah, it was a pretty good meet, pretty good weekend. The SLR is leaving. Such a good car. And a kid running after it. So quick switch, we are in the E36 Lightweight right now. Going back to swap into the M4 CSL, and then we're probably going to drive the M4 CSL for the next week or so. So we are back in the M4 CSL, going to be driving it, pretty much daily driving it for the next week or so. Got to break it in before a track day that we have coming up in the summer. But yeah, from M3 CSL to M4 CSL, a bunch of cars in between. This was a pretty good freaking weekend. I'll see you guys next time.